What up, Gale Nation? Welcome back to H24 Sports. I'm your host, Jacob J. Tivnan. Below me, I think, is Slice Vin Pichero. And over to the left of me, again, I think, the top dog, Danny Reardon. What is going on, fellas?
Oh, I missed it. Welcome back, guys.
We're back.
Back.
We are back, and
The
we're not
long-awaited
live.
return.
Home Run Derby. We are back.
We are not live, though, technically. Well, we are live, but when this is up, we are not live.
No, we will. So how we'll be doing this for the foreseeable future is just going on Zoom instead of going on studio. And we can't go live, but we will upload later in the day, hopefully. If not over the weekend, then we'll record every Friday. Keep it relatively normal. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to add?
I know we're gonna get into this a bit later, or if we're starting off this, I don't know. But I just want to give a shout out to what's his name? He's 20 years. He's only 20 years old.
What's his name?
Hold on, I got you.
He's only 20 years old. I'm blanking on the name.
Does he play for the
Timmy?
Heat?
It's not Timmy, is it? No, it's not Timmy.
Hold up. Is it this guy?
Yeah, that's him. That guy. Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero.
Hero.
He is a great player, and I want to give him a shout out just real quick.
He deserves a shout out.
He does.
He is already
37 on Boston.
he's balling out in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes.
Which I think we should start off right. We should just start off right then and there. I feel like.
Yeah, might as well. Let's
Start
go.
off with basketball. So currently, if you do not know already, both series are 3-1. The Eastern Conference in favor of the Miami Heat, the Western Conference in favor of the Los Angeles Lakers. But you can argue that is actually in favor of the Denver Nuggets.
Yes.
Because the Denver Nuggets are 6-0 and being down after being down 3-1.
Yes, they are, and they're about to be 9-0. I'm kidding. I don't know.
Whoa.
I mean, they're my early season finals pick. Just saying. But
They were your early season finals pick, but I mean,
Damn, I picked the
since
Clippers,
you are
too.
the LeBron guy on the pod, and you are also the Nuggets guy on the pod, what are you thinking of how the series is going to unfold? Well,
Nuggets in 7.
legitimately?
No, I think the Nuggets will force a game 6, and LeBron will get it together.
Okay.
They'll get it to 6. I don't think it'll be over in 5, but they'll get it to 6, and then after that 5th game, they'll be like, no way, the Nuggets are going to do it again. Then the Lakers are just going to kill them.
I mean, I'd say fair enough. I don't know. I feel like Anthony Davis might be more of a factor than LeBron. I mean, that game 2 that game 2 buzzer beater was pretty filthy.
That was ridiculous because we were watching, and a couple of us were watching, and we wanted Caruso. We were all saying Caruso get the shot. Caruso had a wide open 3, and we almost all went nuts, and he bricked it. But
or Caruso.
But yeah, I mean, I think LeBron is more of a factor because when he needed to, and down the fourth quarter, he D'd up Jamal Murray after he was going off.
Well, LeBron should be dean of Jamal Murray because he's.
But people were saying that he doesn't really play any defense. But people forget that when he wants to play defense, and I think he has shown this in the bubble, when he wants to play defense, he will lock you up. I think people forgot that, and I think he should remind people of that because of that.
The key is it's the want aspect.
Yes, the key is the want aspect. But I think now that it's playoff time, I think he wants to do whatever he can. So the D up part. I think that's what made a big difference down the stretch. Jamal Murray is having one of those games again.
LeBron is hungry, and I think he's gonna stop at nothing to just win.
Now over back east side, things are pretty nice.
They're pretty nice. I like it. I mean, the people up north might not like it, but who cares about people up north? Yeah, we're Heat fans on this podcast.
It's only right that a Florida team wins.
Yes, it has to. That is the rule. It can't be the Magic. Come on, the Magic, really?
What do the Magic have?
Yeah, Vucevic, Markelle Fultz,
and Aaron Gordon.
Yeah. But
whoa, Aaron Gordon didn't even win the dunk contest.
Yeah, thanks to the man behind you.
No, sorry, Derrick Jones is just a better dunker.
Yes, but still, the man behind you, that guy.
Ridiculous run this has been.
Yeah, I don't think even with me, and not even me and you, who are two big Heat fans, saw this coming. I guess the first round we kind of saw coming. I mean, the Heat in 4 was kind of.
I was like, okay, we'll get past Indiana, and then after that, like, I'm okay with that. Second round, this is good for where our team is at right now. And then just out of nowhere, oh, what's that? Milwaukee in 5?
Miami in 5.
What's that? Boston up 3-1? Okay.
Danny, we talked about the Heat-Milwaukee series a little bit a couple weeks ago. Milwaukee just fell apart. They had a complete meltdown after losing Giannis. And even with Giannis, they just couldn't get it done. And this is a testament to Giannis needing a better team because you can't just run the offense through him because once he's shut down, you have nothing really.
Yeah, that's kind of why I kind of saw like, oh, if we're going with Milwaukee, I feel like we have a shot. The way Miami runs their defense and counters it with their offense, like it matches up very well against Milwaukee and how they run everything with running through Giannis and then having guys on the outside like Bledsoe, Middleton, Korver. If you can shut down Giannis and get all of them that drive in foul trouble, then you take away the outside shot and you force him to make moves on his own. And that's what Miami did, and they did it at an expert level. And on offense, they just turned it around. They just limited everyone. It's fantastic.
Yeah, especially when Giannis went down, it was more or less of trying to run ice. I mean, the first quarter of Game 5, was it? Yeah, it was Game 5. They actually moved the ball around pretty well. And then after the first quarter, Miami settled in, and then they tried to basically run iso ball with Middleton, which that's not going to work for an entire game as talented, as incredible as Middleton is. So it's just kind of once Miami realized that, it was kind of easy pickings from there for them. And then going on to the Boston series, for whatever reason, Boston just can't score in a 2-3 zone. It doesn't make any sense. I really don't know how to explain
it. They've been able to get on early, and I've been noticing that like Boston's been able to pick holes in it early. But Spoelstra and the rest of the team have just countered it with just I don't know how they just did, and over time the defense just got better throughout the game, and then just on offense they just can't miss sometimes. Tyler gets hot, Jimmy gets hot, Bam is like ridiculous. Also, the fingertip block.
Yeah,
like
this
man went like that. No, it's not like that. That was Kawhi. He went like that.
Yeah, that was the wrist. Like I don't know how his wrist just didn't snap in half on that. I don't know. I don't get it. But I mean,
he got strong wrists. He probably does wrist workouts or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what he did. I'm not a workout guy, so I don't know what he did to kind of. Did he just like do this a bunch of times with like a weight? I don't get it.
It's kind of like forearms, not really wrist.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know how you work out your wrist. Like he just kind of did it. Like I don't know how the heck. I thought seeing that play, I literally thought Tatum was going to kill him. I thought Tatum was ending his life, ending his career right on the spot. And then you said it best. Bam's just said no.
Bam said no.
He just said no. It's just simple. He just said no, not happening.
Bam said no.
The one thing that we have noticed throughout the series, except for Game 4, was that Boston would get off. You said it. Boston would get off to quick starts, and that was the one problem with the Heat that the Heat had. And then Game 4, they kind of fixed that. Miami kind of got the ball rolling. They led for most of the game. Boston did come back, but Miami was able to hang out because of Tyler Hero.
Exactly. He has shown a lot over this bubble, and I'm very excited to see where things go in the future. And, yeah, it's just awesome. It's great. It is great.
It is great.
So Game 5 tonight, what do we think is going to go happen?
I think Boston will force a Game 6. I don't think they'll go down in 5. I think Boston's too talented to go down in 5. Boston's too well coached and too talented to go down in 5 to this Heat team. I think they're going to force a Game 6.
See, I need them to win in 5 because I don't want to watch Game 6 with Sunday Night Football. That's not going to flow well for me.
Ooh, yeah,
I agree, but
no. I need them to end it now. Like end it.
Get it over with. I hope they get it done, but I don't know if they will. Boston.
I think they'll get it done tonight.
This isn't a Milwaukee team that's kind of mentally soft and without their best player. This is a fully healthy Boston team that is very, very well coached. And when they are faced with adversity, they feel like they will respond well, as they have shown. Because after Marcus Smart went off on the entire team, they won by 17.
Yeah.
So I feel like with adversity and their backs against the wall, they'll be able to do something. So I think
it's going to be a nail biter. The rest of this series is going to be a tough test. And if the Heat come out with it, I think the Heat have a really good chance of winning the NBA Finals, whether it be against LA or Denver. And if it's against LA, well, I pray. I pray.
that's a whole other conversation. We can get into that next week when the finals picture is a little bit more. Well, I think it'll be done by then.
Yeah, it'll be ready.
Speaking of finals, the Stanley Cup Finals is going on right now.
Yeah,
yeah, I believe
to have it in the fall.
Was it the Tampa Bay Rangers currently lead the
Dallas
2-1?
Tampa Bay Rangers, shout out to them.
Yeah. It's the 2010s Rangers against the Dallas Stars.
Literally.
That's all it is. And tonight is Game 4.
It's 2-1, right? 2-1. 2-1 Tampa. Yeah,
they don't have their captain tonight. Steven Stamkos got injured in Game 3 after coming back from injury. He hadn't played since February. And tonight is going to be a tough one. I think if Dallas can't win tonight, I think the series is over right then and there, because if you look at Tampa Bay, they have two of the best playmakers in the league, with Kucherov and Braden Point really coming into his own this season. And then you look at the goaltending of Andrei Vasilevsky, and the defensive side, you have McDonough, Shattenkirk, Hedman, and then you have Zach Bogosian, who was cut by Buffalo for some apparent reason. I don't know why.
Because it's Buffalo.
Because of Buffalo. But I think I don't want Tampa to win. I don't
think anyone wants Tampa to win.
I want Tampa to win.
You want Tampa to win?
I want McDonough to get a chip.
I do too, but it would make me sad.
Well, if you think about it, the entire Rangers core that was with the Rangers failed to win with a better goalie, and now that they're on a different team, they're gonna win.
I don't know.
Well,
I would feel like if I was you guys, I'm a Devils fan, so I can't say it.
That Tampa team is filthy and they're stacked. And like I was like looking at them like I haven't really watched the Stanley Cup because we're more focused on football, basketball, a little bit of baseball, which is kind of how hockey always goes. They're always like fourth. But I know it was like last game, like Tampa turned it on. I'm like, they're not going to turn it off. I feel like they're just going to – Dallas won game 1, right? Correct?
Dallas won game 1.
So, yeah, they're going to gentleman sweep right to the end. I think it's going to be over in 5. I think Tampa's got it.
Yeah, Dallas needs to match that energy Tampa Bay's been putting up, and I think if they can't, I agree with you. It's going to end in 5. If they can, I think they're going to take it to a 7, and it's going to be a tough one to call.
I think it's going to come down to talent, and Tampa just outranks them at almost every level.
Yep.
As the non-hockey person on this podcast, I'm going to make another – as Vin saw, I actually called Dallas to the final, but I'm going to stick
early off of the Do Perfect video.
Yes. Shout out to Do Perfect, by the way. They're great. Purple Hosier Station, stand up. But, I'm actually going to say Dallas wins the next 3 games to take the Stanley Cup.
That would be impressive.
I think they will win the next 3. I know the goaltending in Dallas has been really, really good in the playoffs, and I know their defense for whatever reason has been okay. And I know they got Tyler Seguin and Jamie Benn, who are the 2 best players on the team. They're like brothers. They have great chemistry. I think they'll get it done based on that.
Yeah.
I know Tampa's a whole different beast, but I have a gut feeling that they will get it done.
And if Tampa Bay can't win a cup this year, it furthers the point of they're just choke artists, because you saw they got swept last year by Columbus. They've been one of the best teams in the league the past 3 or 4 years, and they have what do they have for it?
Yeah, their championship window is closing. So
and if they can't win this year, the window may be closed for good after this year.
I feel like you can try again next year, just because. I don't really know what the contract situation's like over in Tampa, but I feel like they have enough talent to be able to retain enough to make a run. But if you lose again in this fashion, up 2-1 after demolishing them in Game 3, then you really have to take a hard look at the coaching staff, at the team itself, and you're going to have people wanting to move on and going on to a different place. So, yeah, this is a prime opportunity for Tampa. They need to win now, or else they might not get another shot until the next window.
Couldn't agree more.
And just going a little off topic, still NHL topic, there was a trade final. It was being talked about last week. It was finalized yesterday. Pittsburgh and Florida made a trade. Florida receiving Patrick Hornquist, and Pittsburgh receiving Mikey Madison and Colton Sevior.
I did see that.
I think Florida is doing good things. Hornquist is obviously a good player, and he's going to do great things for Florida. But when you look at their contract situation, one of their best goal scorers, Mike Hoffman's a free agent this year, and letting him walk would be not good. they really need him, but there are multiple teams interested in. Everybody's interested in Mike Hoffman, and I think wherever he goes, he's going to make an impact. Whether that be back with Florida or with a different team. One of the teams mentioned is the Devils, so that's good for you, Danny. If you get Mike Hoffman,
aren't the Devils like trying to rebuild still? How old is this guy?
Mike Hoffman's in his 30s, but he's a producer.
You still need veterans.
That just makes sense.
You still need veterans on your team.
They literally sold off their guys at the deadline, so I don't really know I don't know if that would make sense. I mean,
well, if you can get veterans on the cheap to mesh with your young guys, then you're in a good situation.
Yeah,
I don't know if you're gonna get them for cheap though.
For Jack Hughes, Jack Hughes needs that like a veteran role model on New Jersey to really help him come into his own. Same thing with Capo Caco in New York. They'll both be great players. They just need the time to adjust, and I think everybody's counting them out too early because of their performances this season.
I agree. They're both
younger. They're younger than
they're
us.
both 18, right?
They're both 18, 19 years old. And if you think about it, an 18-year-old playing in the NHL, the amount of anxiety and pressure on you, it's okay not to do great things in your first season because you'll eventually come into your own. I believe.
Especially if you're like a first or second overall pick.
I agree.
Yeah,
like what would happen with Nico
pressure.
Hischier? Like Nico Hischier kind of struggled early on, being a young buck, and why did I say young buck? I don't know, but he struggled.
He's a young buck.
He struggled young, but now was he an All-Star this year? I don't know. I think he was.
Breaking news: George Kittle has been ruled out against the Giants. Guess who's starting George Kittle on their fantasy team?
You bet on George Kittle again? You bet on
I have to bench O.J. Howard.
Again? Oh.
And you're going to beat me this week.
Sorry. You never know.
Shout out to the 9 guys in the Steve Fantasy League.
Yes, a very great fantasy league. And also, while I'm on the subject of fantasy league, shout out to Get Off My Car. That's my home.
Get Off My Car.
Get Off My Car. Shout out to them. They're great. But with that said, I think with George Kittle's injury, I think it might be a good time to transition.
I think it'd be appropriate. So I guess the only positive for Zoom is that I can do this now. Oh wait,
okay. Oh, we're doing this all at once. We're doing. We're not doing any cuts. All right, I'm good with that.
No cuts.
No
cuts. Let's go. All right, it's gonna take like 10 years to upload, but it's all good.
That's fine. It'll take longer to render than it'll upload.
Hey,
screen
sharing.
We're gonna follow along with we'll see how this goes. Follow along with the sheet and the predictions and everything. We are gonna do the lock system similar to last year. We're not gonna do a punishment this week since it's the first week back. We'll get warmed up.
Oh, I still have to do the
Spider-Man walk.
Yeah. How are you gonna do that with COVID?
We didn't forget about that.
Yeah. How are you gonna do that with COVID?
That's easy. Just walk down the street and we'll record it.
No. We'll save for an appropriate time. You know, we still got this year and then next year. And if we need to carry it on, I will hold this over you until your 40s, Danny.
Danny, if you need to walk across graduation doing the Spider-Man walk,
that'd be good.
I'll be perfectly fine with that.
How about this? If I lose this year, I will do it at graduation.
I'll hold you to that.
You guys will hold me to it.
You're being held to that.
I will do it.
Being held to that.
That's how I will walk across
graduation. If Danny loses predictions this year, he will do the Spider-Man walk at Iona graduation 2022.
Yeah.
Good.
All right.
Do I regret making that promise? Yes.
Yeah. Let's get these picks underway, boys.
Okay.
All right. So we'll start off with the first. Well, obviously, we're not doing Thursday Night Football. And we'll keep it. You can only pick one lock for each team during the year. So we'll keep that rule going so no one just like spams the Ravens or the Chiefs or whatever. We'll make things interesting.
Vin.
Hey.
All right. First game. Chicago Bears at Atlanta.
Ooh.
I'll start. I'm gonna take the Bears because the Falcons. I don't know why the Falcons are favored in this game, but I'm gonna take the Bears because the Bears are absolute choke. Not the Bears. The Falcons are choke artists, and I don't know how you recover from that. So I'm taking.
Well, the Falcons are choke artists. I agree 100% with Danny. There's no doubt in that. But at the same time, I just have no faith in Mitchell Trubisky. He's not. I'm taking the Falcons. I don't think he has to take that next step, and he hasn't been anywhere close to taking it yet. And when you're playing a team like the Giants and you win against the Giants, I count that as beating a junior varsity football team.
That would be beating the Jets, Vin, as a difference. Or we're the freshman team.
The Jets are modified.
We're a varsity football team.
We're the freshman team. Okay.
Fair enough.
Not really. I'm rocking with the Bears. I think
Bears.
Atlanta's just right now. Chicago is 2-0, even though it doesn't really mean that much, but I feel like they have enough momentum to get past Atlanta. I think that'd be a good win for them. Yeah, going with the Bears. Next game, Rams at Bills.
All right, I think we all agree on this one.
Bills Mafia.
Bills Mafia.
Bills Mafia!
I don't have a table to jump through at the moment, but one day if I'm home again, I'll do that because we're on Zoom.
All right. Next game. I think this is it. This is the stink fest of the week. Definitely the stink fest. Washington at Cleveland.
All right, and this is my lock. Washington will cover. Washington's going to cover. I think the Washington football team will cover.
Washington football team to cover.
The Washington football team will cover, but I still think Cleveland will win.
Oh boy, Danny.
You're a funny boy, Danny. You know that.
I think Washington will cover.
Oh man. I have no faith in either of these teams. I still think Baker Mayfield's overrated, but I'm still going to take Cleveland just because Washington's just garbage.
The Washington football team.
This is not going to be my first football team pick of the year. I'm rocking with Cleveland. I'm rocking my boy Baker. So.
I mean, the Washington football team is technically leading the division at the moment. They have the tiebreaker.
Quiet.
They are leading the division. Not technically, they are. But
I'm
rocking with my boy Baker until the wheels fall off, which they're close to. I think one's wobbling, but I'm still riding I'm on the Baker wagon. All right. Next game, Tennessee at Minnesota.
This is actually tough. I'll let y'all go first. Hold on.
I'll go first. Screw it. You know what? Let's go team. I'm going Team Tannehill right now.
I respect that.
Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill, since getting out of Miami, has shown why Miami is a terrible organization. He's coming into his own in Tennessee, and I think that's a really good thing for him. So yeah, Tennessee.
All right. Minnesota's been having a real rough year. Kirk Cousins as well. I don't know if Tennessee's the team that's really gonna. Tennessee. That's not it.
That's Tennessee against Pittsburgh or Houston.
What'd you say?
Tennessee. I was never mind. I made a joke, but
Danny, who are you picking? Watch, Danny's gonna pick Minnesota.
Because
who's Kirk Cousins gonna throw it?
Tennessee would be the team to turn it around against, but I think there'll be other opportunities for Minnesota to turn it around. So I'll roll with Tennessee.
All right, we all picked the Titans. All right.
The San Francisco Infirmaries.
Do we have to say anything?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the San Francisco is like half.
I am sad that my boy Saquon's out. Very sad.
The comeback will be great. The comeback will be greater than ever, though.
I sure hope so. Do we have any hot takes for this game? Because I feel like this
I'm picking the Giants.
Actually?
Yes.
I don't blame you actually for that because the Niners are literally
the past 2 weeks. They are ranked 4th in
they don't have
and 11th in rushing.
They don't have Jimmy G. They don't have half of their defense.
They don't have Kittle. They don't have Bosa.
That's why this one's tough.
It is tough.
The Giants just signed an old watch running back in Devonta Freeman, and
you weren't saying that a couple days ago, Vin.
I'm optimistic that he will do good. All right. I think him and Wayne Gallman won't be half as good as Saquon.
Dion Lewis. Exactly.
Oh, how can I forget about check down Lewis? Oh, all right. But I'm still picking the Giants. I think the only reason the Giants would win this game is because San Francisco's not fully healthy. And if they were, I would pick San Francisco, no doubt.
I think I'm still gonna rock with San Francisco. Sorry for killing half your team, San Francisco. That's our bad.
Sorry, you still got your thoughts.
It's Nick Mullins, right? That's the quarterback for.
Yeah, he won on a primetime game.
This is gonna be no, it's not Nick. Is it Nick Mullins?
Nick Mullins.
Is it TJ Beathard?
Nick Mullins is starting.
Yeah.
Roommate Kyle says Nick Mullins is starting. I think it's gonna be the Nick Mullins game.
Roommate Kyle, whose fantasy team can't get any points, can he?
Yikes!
That's an unnecessary shot.
It's a necessary shot.
I'm sad. I don't think so.
He just picked up Gardner Minshew, and Minshew didn't do anything.
Our whole everything is dead.
All right.
Raiders at Pats.
I'm gonna rock with the Raiders.
Knock
Raiders
on
look
wood if
pretty
you're with
good.
me, gentlemen.
I'm not with the Raiders.
I'm rocking with the Raiders. They look pretty good. I like the way they looked against New Orleans, even though they didn't have Michael Thomas.
Derek Carr's adjusted to Las Vegas, and he's going to the casinos every night, and that's why he's doing so good.
Yeah, no, I really love how New England's offense looks.
I do too.
Cam Newton there. That's all I really gotta say. I'm rocking in Foxborough. I'm rocking with the Pats.
Okay.
I don't know if that matters anymore, Jacob. It's kind of like there's no
Tom
fans.
Brady's a system QB.
There's no fans.
You want the Giants, or is that what you're saying?
No. I'm saying there's no fans. I don't know if it matters.
It's still Foxborough.
That's fair.
Cincinnati at Philly.
All right. I think this is where Joe Burrow picks up his first win.
I agree with Danny.
I agree 100%.
Dang it! I thought no one else was gonna pick him.
No, Danny, you gotta keep in mind, we don't like the Eagles.
Oh yeah,
no, we don't.
That's a good point.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
We got 10 minutes left. I kind of not a lot of money, so I can't upgrade this.
Then let's run through it. We got 9 minutes and 50 seconds.
We can do it. All right, Houston at Pitt.
Houston at Pitt.
This is my lock. Pittsburgh's gonna win. Pittsburgh's gonna, I guess, take the lock. Is that what it is? What it is?
Take the spread.
Take the spread, sure. And I'm going
they're gonna take the over.
I think Pittsburgh defense is lethal.
I
think that's the only.
I agree. Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I don't. Bill O'Brien has shown me as a GM coach / I guess person.
Everything.
Yeah, it's self-explanatory. Can I just skip this one? Can you just put sad face it for mine?
Indianapolis. All right, we all agree on that.
That's not sad face.
That's not it.
That's backward.
Right.
Okay, yeah, it works. Sad face.
So I guess we're all picking Indy.
Yeah.
Yes. You'd be correct. I'll just leave a sad face for Danny.
Fair enough.
You're picking the Colts, right?
Yes, I'm picking the Colts.
Cool. All right. Carolina, LA.
Well, LA doesn't have. Oh, LA, they're starting quarterback that has lung function. So.
I'm taking the Chargers. I trust. Herbert looked pretty good against the Chiefs, so I'm taking the Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers. McCaffrey's out. I think Davis, the backup, who's now the starter, they'll get some good yardage in there. But I think LA's going to win.
I don't know why, but someone's calling out to me saying that Panthers are going to win. I don't know. I like the Bridgewater Robbie Anderson connection. I feel like a defense adjusting to Herbert might factor in a little bit. So I'm thinking we'll take the Panthers on this one. The Tampa Bay Bucks versus the Denver, I almost said Nuggets.
Denver. Isn't Denver like half dead? Like Cortland Sutton's after the year.
Cortland Sutton's dead. Drew Lock's dead.
Von Miller already died. Yeah, it's Tampa Bay.
Who's starting? Is it Bortles starting or is it Driscoll?
I think it's Driscoll.
It
should be Bortles.
I'm still taking Tampa.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
As much as it pains me to say it, I'm taking Tampa.
I think this is going to be a really good game for Tampa.
Just because Tom's beating up on terrible teams doesn't mean he's good. He's a system QB. I stick by that.
Detroit at Arizona.
Jacob, lock.
This is my lock. I'm after seeing the first two
Cardinals
2 weeks.
Are going to cover. Or Cardinals are going to take it.
Very high on everything the Cardinals offense is about. Kyler Murray is a monster.
I couldn't agree more.
I love everything about it, especially when you add DeAndre Hopkins, and Larry Fitzgerald's still there. That team is filthy. I really, really like watching Arizona play. So I'm rocking with them, especially against a Detroit team that is lost, just like their whole franchise has been for the last half century.
Rest in peace, Matt Stafford.
I'm also going to take Arizona. I mean, they haven't really shown me any reason. Hey, Johnson family, this is the coach you should have hired, you idiots.
Coach Cliff.
Golly. This is the guy you should have hired. Now we're stuck with Mr. Google Eyes. Oh my! I can go on. Okay, whatever.
All right. Dallas at Seattle.
Can I start? I'm gonna start.
Vinny can start.
I've said this a lot of times over the predictions. Dak Prescott is overrated, and I stick by it. I don't think Dak Prescott is a franchise quarterback. I think beating the Falcons last week was all on Dan Quinn because Dan Quinn likes to play soft zone when he has 20-plus point leads. I think Russell Wilson's just going to torch the Dallas secondary, so I'm picking Seattle.
Dang.
I thought you were gonna pick.
I will pick. Cool. Seattle, because I love Russell Wilson. I believe he's the MVP and he's going to win the MVP. So I'm picking Seattle because I love watching that man work.
I feel bad because I want to be different because I feel like we haven't been different this week.
Yeah, we have.
Not really.
I picked the Giants. What are you talking about?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
4 differences so far.
I'm going to make it 5. I'm going to take an upset. Taking Dallas.
I
love you, Russell Wilson. I love you to death. You're one of my favorite players. And Jamal Adams, I still love you, even though you left us and wanted to leave. I don't blame you for wanting to leave. But I'm taking Dallas.
All right. Yep. Sunday Night Football, Green Bay at New Orleans.
Is this in New Orleans?
Yes.
It's in the Dome.
Ooh, it's in the Dome. Aaron Rodgers he's out for blood this season. So give me Green Bay.
I'm also going to take a very, very angry Aaron Rodgers over a New Orleans team without Michael Thomas and a Drew Brees that doesn't throw over 10 yards. So
yeah, Brees is looking, as much as I love Brees, he looks lost right now. I don't see New Orleans winning this game at all, even though they're in the Dome. Yeah, I especially with Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones having insane games back-to-back weeks. So I think Green Bay is going to have it. All right, and Monday Night Football.
Game of the week.
Potential game of the year.
Yes.
MVP versus Super Bowl MVP.
And former MVP.
Mm-hmm.
You got Ketchup versus a running back. Or not a
He's not a running back. He's a quarterback that can run.
Okay. Baltimore's favored? No way.
Well, Baltimore's home.
That's true, but Kansas City didn't look too good last week, but I don't think they'll do that again. I'm going to take Kansas City. A very close game. I'm going to take Kansas City.
I've been very high on Lamar Jackson.
He's your quarterback.
He's my quarterback. Second overall pick in my fantasy team. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going with Baltimore.
Okay.
This is really tough for me. As much as I love watching Kansas City's offense, I don't think they're going to bounce back enough from the chart, even though, everything about that was awesome. Even Harrison Butker, having a leg of steel, that was awesome. I don't know. I think Baltimore's offense might just be too much for Kansas City's defense. So I'm gonna go with Baltimore. Let's say Baltimore takes this one. All right. So those are our predictions for the week, and those are our locks.
Oh, you mark the differences real quick. You gotta do that.
I'll do that on my own.
Okay.
I'll do it on my own. We'll post it.
Okay.
Stop the share, and we back. All right. So
we got 2 minutes.
2 minutes. We could briefly mention baseball.
I haven't followed it.
Very fun. Trevor Bauer is very good at baseball, and so is Jacob deGrom. And the Yankees are the most inconsistent team over the past 30 games, and they make me sad.
Makes everybody sad.
Yeah, the season doesn't count.
Okay, they'll come back next season with Severino and Paxton, and they'll just dominate.
Well, not with Severino.
Why not? He's good.
Tommy John.
He's not going to be back until 2020, what?
2?
We might get him at the end of 2021.
Oh, my God.
Like what Jordan Montgomery had last year, when he came back for a start or two, that's what we might get us at.
At least Garrett Cole came into his own.
At least Garrett Cole.
Two runs in 21 innings in his last 3 starts. I'll take it. We got less than a minute. So.
We got less than a minute. We got it.
Let's wrap this
Gary
boy up.
Sanchez, I'm on the Steve train. I don't like him.
I'm gonna have to agree with that. Shout out Steve, we miss
I'm
you.
not a big Gary guy anymore.
We'll bring Steve on one of these weeks.
All right. Anything else before we wrap it up?
No.
Actually, wait. Shout out Adesanya. Please win. I don't like Paulo Costa. Please win. Adesanya.
Yes.
I'm
down with
Shout
that.
out
I like the style bender.
Style bender. All right. Jacob, what's your
Thank you all for watching.
Guys.
Thanks everyone for watching. This was fun to get back on. We'll be back next week, hopefully around the same time-ish. I don't really know how uploading is going to go. We'll see how it goes. I really hope everything worked with the screen sharing and everything. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. See you next week.
Bye-bye.